Hey everyone, it's John again, going for that immaculate grid on the heels of my worst ever performance. Probably really worst ever two performances. I'd played one game yesterday and I'd missed one, just a complete wasn't paying attention to one of the categories. Literally, it was that dumb. And then I like kind of finished. It's like, oh wait a minute, I didn't talk about two of the categories. I didn't go through my thought process, and it occurred to me like nobody's watching this to make sure I get them all right. They're watching to see the process. I assume that's what you're watching for. So I played again. Also missed the second time. Jose Batista was what got me. I had talked myself into thinking that one of the slew of teams that he played for in his pre-Blue Jays days was the Texas Rangers. Turns out now, never played for the Rangers. Just got his mouth punched by one. So um, all that being said, it was very humbling yesterday, but we'll try again. And I'm gonna get into it. Computer restarted here, so just went to Baseball Reference and hitting play now. All right, so we got the Pirates and Giants, and we got the Yankees and Twins. Gold Glove. I struggle with Gold Gloves. That'll be an interesting one. Gold Gloves for the Pirates and Giants. Rookie of the Year. As I understand it, those don't need to be in the same year. So I need to get a Rookie of the Year from the Yankees and Twins, a Gold Glove from the Pirates and Giants, a person who won Rookie of the Year at one point and won Gold Glove at a different point. Or it could be in the same year. Ichiro, 2001 would work, but so would um, Mark McGuire would actually work, like as an example. Actually, I used that example before. Maybe I should use them again. What do you guys think? I'm just kidding. This isn't a live stream. You don't have the ability to reply to me. I'm gonna use Mark McGuire for this one just to validate that it doesn't have to be in the same year. 0.5%. I figured that would be a pretty good one. He won the 1987 Rookie of the Year with 49 home runs, and then he won a single Gold Glove in the I believe it was the 90 season. And actually, like one of you commented on it, and I went back and looked at it. It's like, oh, he was like plus 10 defensive runs saved. That's pretty good. So he was it was a worthy Gold Glove. Um, let's see. So Twins Rookie of the Year. Um, Chuck Knobloch will work. Who else? Chuck Knobloch won the Rookie of the Year in 1991, the most recent year that the Twins won the World Series. Marty Cordova will also work. He won a couple years later. I think 95 is when Marty Cordova won the Rookie of the Year. Um, Not Santana, not Mauer, I don't think. I don't think Morneau. And if you're going backwards, I don't think Kirby Puckett won it. I don't think Gaetti won it. Going in the 70s and 60s. I don't think anyone from the Senators won it. Would have been in basically the 50s. I'm trying to think between because Cordova and Knobloch were close enough. The reason I'm actually thinking Cordova would be better is that A, Knobloch was a Yankee, and they have a huge fan base. So a lot of people remember Chuck Knobloch. But secondly, it was a very prominent year for the Twins because they won the World Series. Marty Cordova won it in a much less prominent year. He was the Twins representative for Backyard Baseball 2001. So there is that, but I'm gonna go with him anyway. He takes 11%, so that's a bit higher. I'll be interested to see how many Twins rookies of the year there have been. Um, I've only come up with those two off the top of my head. Let's see, Yankee rookies of the year. You got Aaron Judge. No way I'm playing that one. You got Derek Jeter. No way I'm playing that one either. So that's two that I think they'll probably take 80 or 90% of the vote. That's my hunch there. Um, let's see. Did Willie Randolph? No, I thought actually. I think Randolph will actually work here. Um, you know who else will work here? It's Rich Goose Gossage. pretty good. Um, man, yeah, I definitely don't want to go with Jeter or Judge. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think Mantle won Rookie of the Year. I don't think like the first Rookie of the Year was Jackie Robinson, 1947. Um, so you're bounding it a little bit there. Um, and I'm just like thinking, all right, Berra and Rizzuto, I think they were rookies before that. Um, Mickey Mantle, I don't think he was Rookie of the Year. And now you're into the 50s. I don't think about uh Whitey Ford, Alston Howard, maybe? Question mark. Alston Howard might have been a Rookie of the Year, but I think I'm going to come back to that one. If it's Jeter and Judge, then then I think from a risk reward standpoint, I'm better off taking a semi-educated guess on a player like Alston Howard or maybe a Willie Randolph. I think he played for the Pirates, but I don't know if it was a full year. That's the piece I'm trying to figure out. Over here, I think I'm gonna go with five-time world champion with the Yankees, Johnny Mize. He played with the Cardinals and Giants in the National League, had his best seasons there. He had over 50 home runs one year. Um, he's in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, his final four seasons, 1949 to this year, 1953, he was on the Yankees as they were doing their 5-year dynasty, most consecutive World Series. So he will work and does and takes less than 1%. So other than Cordova, I'm off to an all right start. I've got a pretty good one for Giants and Twins. Well, I've got a good trade. Not a good trade for the Giants. It was a terrible trade for the Giants. But the Giants traded Joe Nathan for 1 season of AJ Pierzynski, I believe back in 2003. Um, Either before, I guess it was before the '04 season. So Pierzynski played in San Francisco the 1 year in '04, and Joe Nathan went on to become one of the best closers in the league. I think that one's gonna people are gonna remember that one. I wonder if I could come up with a New York Giants slash Washington Senator. Um, I really should be able to. I'll bet there are some, but it's not racing to my mind, and that one is because that was such a terrible trade. It's probably gonna race to a lot of people's minds though. Yeah, so we can do either Nathan uh or Brzezinski for that one. Let's see over here for Pirates and Twins. I think I am gonna go with Burt Blyleven because I think for just a year or two he was with the Pirates, but he was on that '79 World Series championship team. Oh, not even remotely uh special there with the 10%. Okay, so I'm not doing so hot with the Twins. I'm getting probably top five most obvious ones. I should really dig into my Washington Senators history. That's the lesson of this so far is I need to know more about the Washington Senators because I bet there was good Senators that'll work for both of these, and I'm just not knowing them. Let's see. Pirates who've won Gold Gloves. Clemente, obviously. Um, and Barry Bonds, who will work for both of these. So I could just forsake the rarity score altogether, and I could go with, yeah. So I could get this one. I could redeem myself from yesterday, but if I went like Judge, like Pierzynski, um, Bonds, Clemente, I'll get them all right, but man, that's not going to be a good rarity score. So let's see if we can improve on that. Um, other prominent. So Dick Groat would be an interesting educated guess there. He won MVP in the 1960 season. I actually do talk about it a little bit in Baseball's Most Fun Frivolities, which is available on Amazon. Link will be in the description. Um, Dick Rowe won the 1960 MVP. Um, he was a shortstop. If I were to guess, his winning of the MVP was based on his abilities as a defensive shortstop. I think he also hit over 320, but I think that like would add to it. Um, who are some other guys? Pirates throughout the age. Willie Stargell was famously not a good fielder. So I'm not going to go with him. Mazeroski, that's another. Mazeroski might actually, I mean, I think he'll do numbers, but he obviously won lots of Gold Gloves. Maybe because he's in the same era as Clemente, he'll he'll kind of be able to hide his Gold Gloves behind. But I mean, Mazeroski's in the Hall of Fame because of one home run and being a good defensive second baseman. So, um, keep going around the horn a little bit. McCutcheon, maybe. McCutcheon used to be pretty good in center field. He's not been a strong outfielder for a while, but he used to be. Dave Parker, I think, won Gold Gloves in the 70s. Not a ton of them. I think like a couple, but he had an arm, so I think he would work. Um, yeah, I don't think like Aramis Ramirez. Jason Kendall was pretty good defensively, but he was not winning Gold Gloves playing the same league as like Charles Johnson. He was better known for his offense, I'll say that. Bobby Bonilla certainly not. Jay Bell was not winning Gold Gloves playing the same league as Ozzie Smith. Okay, so I've walked through some options I'm very sure about, and some options I'm like Dick Groat is an option that I think would be a good dark horse. Um, but I have a lot more confidence in Dave Parker. So I think of those, that's like I know Mazeroski, Clemente, and Bonds for sure, but I think they'll go a lot higher. So that's my reasoning. Let's see how it does. 2%. I'm gonna go with sound reasoning, but it might not be the best. Might not be the best. And there again on the Giants. So I don't know if say Buster Posey. Oh, I've got a good one. Too obvious? Actually, I'm trying to think. Did Matt Williams? He was pretty good defensively. He might have won a Gold Glove in there. The one I want to go with is like Bonds and Mays are really obvious. Um, JT Snow was oh, Crawford has won Gold Gloves. He'll probably draw some votes. I don't know about Posey. Brandon Belt, I think, has won Gold Gloves in San Francisco. But JT Snow was an elite defensive first baseman in the 90s. 3%. Okay. I'll take it. Gold Gloves are not my strong suit, but I think I talked through that one sufficiently well. In all this time blabbering, I've not come up with a Yankee Rookie of the Year, more rare than Judge or Jeter. Um, so I might just have to sputter some out and or just see if I can just name rookies of the year from basically Jeter until Judge and see if I see if there's anyone I wasn't thinking of. Of course, the Yankees aren't necessarily known for like they're known for cultivating a lot of free agent talent. Judge is obviously a recent example of someone who is great and homegrown. Um, Jeter, along with Rivera, Pettit, Posada, were all homegrown, and Bernie Williams, for that matter, were all homegrown in the 90s. The era of the 2000s, like you think of, I don't know, let's take the 2004 Yankees as an example team. Wins over 100 games, but catchers Posada, first base Giambi, second base Cano, almost. I don't know if he was there yet. Uh, Third base, you got A-Rod. Shortstop, you got Jeter. Left field, Matsui, who did not win Rookie of the Year, but he was second in 2003. I think Bernie Williams was still kicking around. Sheffield was on that team. I just listed off a bunch of people who weren't who were signed as free agents who weren't homegrown. Um, so let's see here. We could go. Yeah, Mattingly, I think I looked this up once, didn't have enough because his first full season was 1984 when he won the batting title. But he didn't have enough plate appear or he had too many plate appearances the year prior to qualify for Rookie of the Year that season. So he's out. I keep that back to Elston Howard or Willie Randolph. Um, and then on the Giants, yeah, I'm trying to think like Senators from the 50s is kind of where I want to go, but I'm just not coming up with any like I don't think like Bucky Harris and uh Goose Goslin, um Honey Menish. I think they were all like very American League centric, which was true of a lot of players back in those days. A lot of people just sort of stuck with one league or the other. Um, just it was what they knew. I mean, the American League and National League were they pretty much only interacted at the All-Star game and the World Series, which also remained true, into the 90s, but it was essentially it was very much two separate leagues that didn't have a ton of interaction. A lot of players didn't cross over, so um, that definitely changes a lot when you start factoring in free agency, though. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just think of some other great Twins. Obviously Mowers, as elite as they come behind the plate in Twins history. Morneau, I don't he played for the Rockies, but not the Giants. I don't think Josh Willingham made his way over to San Francisco. Knobloch, I already mentioned. Carew never played for the Giants. Matt Williams never played for the Twins. Corey Koski, I don't think he ever played for San Francisco. So yeah, I don't know. I'm bouncing around here. Otis Nixon, who was a clutch pick yesterday, I think he did play for the Twins, but not the Giants. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with Pierzynski. He takes 11%. So the grid is already pretty much busted here. We got these guys are all combining for 32. These guys take us up to 36 or 37 rather. It's like 38, 39-ish. Yeah, about 39 right now. So I could still go sub 50 if I can come up with someone who's not Jeter or Judge. And a piece of me is just like thinks it might be Alston Howard, who won the MVP in I think 1963, but I'm not sure about Rookie of the Year. Um, some other Yankees from around that time, Jim Bouton. I don't think he was a Rookie of the Year. I could just start listing off AL Rookies of the Year and see if I come up with a Yankee. That could get old fast, but I'll do it for a bit. We got Jeter, we got Garcia Parra in 97, I think Ben Grieve in 98, 99, Beltran, I think, 2000 Sasaki, with the Mariners, Kashiro Sasaki, and it's Ichiro in 01, 02, Hinsky, I think Eric Hinsky. Uh, keep going. 2003. At this point, I'm starting to fade on these people though. So why don't I just go Derek Jeter and we'll try to keep it under 100. I think you know what? No, I'm gonna go for it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I already got my slice of humble pie yesterday. I can take another one. Ah, I was wrong. All right. There've been 9 Yankee rookies of the year, and I would have been sub 100 if I'd gone with Jeter or Judge for that matter. Um, all right. So there were a lot more Gold Gloves than I was able to come up with. Um, also a lot more rookies of the year. These are the categories I want to take a look at. So, um, a little bit more humility for me with these grids here. Was not going to get Gil McDonald. Was not going to get Bob Graham. Did not know. I've heard of Tony Kubek. I'm familiar with him, but these are. I'm looking at these Yankee rookies of the year. Munson and Rigetti. Um, I didn't even know them. I mean, I knew that they existed. I'm very familiar with both players, but was not going to get them. So yeah, realistically, I mean, Munson would have been as much a guess as Howard was. Um, looking at the A's, looking at the Twins rather, I think I did know Tony Oliva won. Recently inducted Hall of Famer. I think he did know. I did know he won. I didn't know Carew won. I've never heard of this guy, and that's just Knobloch and Cordova rather. So definitely better picks. Would have been better off with Oliva. That's the one I think I did know. Um, and then over here on Gold Gloves. Oh, there's no way I'm doing all that. Yeah. Um, yeah, interesting. All right. Well, lost again, but had a lot of fun doing this. I took a gamble. I guess my score, if I'd throw Judge on there, I guess I would have been at like 83. Um, or Jeter, I would have been a little bit lower, but I think Jeter probably was right behind him, and the rest of those guys probably combined for 12% or 13%, whatever. So, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll try not to let you guys down next time, but had a lot of fun doing it, even if I didn't get it. So, have a great night, and I'll be back at it tomorrow.